Now from the banks of Lake Erie, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Sanders throwing on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. You look at this Jaguar defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again. Sanders. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Operating from the gun. Sanders. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. Back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete, and he goes out right around the 39. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Jones has it. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a lane slow and materializing there. He'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. You look at this Browns defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And some space. And now off to the races down the right side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 34 yards there and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And they'll accept that penalty. So what a turnaround there. A roughing call on the field goal try leads to 1st and goal. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Escaping the pressure right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Browns are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season, and they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. We're scoreless after 1. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. As they've got it. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. From the 32-yard line now, here's a second down and 4. To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right?
Down the numbers. There he goes. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson on a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now Sanders on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
So second and 4 from the 22. Looking to throw. Sanders. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Jaguars are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down now, Lake, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. He'll look to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple. Now a handoff up the middle. Lake, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go safe, pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences, and that's him getting hit on the play, but able to dump it to his running back and gain some yardage. I liked everything about it, especially his ability to stay in the pocket and execute.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Going up top for Kupp. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Cooper Kupp, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. On first down, Lake. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Going up top. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's Sanders on 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they're going to be backed up to start. A big hit there on the return. Stops him dead in his tracks.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. And the Jaguars send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 87 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Right back to him on 1st down.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Back to throw. Sanders. He'll buy some time right. But I think the ball's out.
And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense. But whistles are going to blow the play dead. Since it was 4th down, a fumble cannot be advanced by another player. But fortunately, they will have enough to keep the 1st down.
Looking to throw. Sanders.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts it
over the middle, and there's a diving catch. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
To throw is Sanders. Throwing on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there.
his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu.